Blame Truth here, the Godfather himself, bringing you another video. And guys, I was going to cover Season 2 Reloaded, but quite frankly, I really just had to be honest with myself. No one cares. Who could possibly care about Season 5 Reloaded? The only thing of note is that there's like an MP5, but it's not an MP5. For one, it's not called the MP5. It's like some Lockman sub thing. I don't know why that is still. Some people are saying it's because they didn't want to pay for the rights to the gun names. Other people are saying it's because the game was made in California and there's some weird law, like some weird communist California bird law by Charlie Kelly that says like you can't use real gun names in video games. Something like that. I actually have no idea. If someone wants to clarify in the comment section, please go ahead. I don't have time to look it up, nor do I really care. All I know is it's not the MP5 SD from COD 4, that classic weapon that I fell in love with just 15, 16 years ago. No, it's not that. It's like some off-brand version, some Dollar Tree version, Clover Valley MP5. It's a 3-round burst, which makes no sense. Like, just bring back the gun and make it look and sound like the original MP5 SD from COD 4. That's all you gotta do, but they can't even do that right. That's really all I want to cover with Season 5 Reloaded. That's all I have to say. It sucks. I don't care. Stupid skins are coming. Have came. Are coming. Whatever. Come. I wish I was coming instead of talking about this game, but alas, I'm here with a microphone in my face. Regardless, man, there's nothing to talk about. The only hype is that Modern Warfare 3 is coming out, and it's going to fix what Modern Warfare 2 can't fix with a title update. It's literally something they could apply with a title update, but they choose not to. I don't know what else to say other than anyone looking forward to this game is a brain-dead moron, and you're gonna get mad at me for that. Maybe you are one of those people that have commented on my past several videos saying, yes, I am an idiot, Blame Truth. As a matter of fact, I am a brain-dead moron. I'm eating paste as I type this comment out on my semen-covered cracked iPhone 6 screen. Yes, I am a moron. Here's my $70, Activision. Give me something terrible that I'm gonna shelf in about a month or two once the novelty wears off. I'm glad that you admit it, but it doesn't solve the problem that you're an idiot in the first place and you have no self-control and you're going to buy literal garbage. Me personally, I mean, I am glad that you guys are admitting that you're dumb, but like me personally, I'm going to steal the game. I'm going to steal the game straight up. I've decided I'm not going to tell you how in this video, but I found a way where I can just steal the game. I might make a few tutorials on how to actually get this game illegally, several different ways, several different safe ways, and just upload it to YouTube because I don't care, man. I've gone rogue. I'm like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Activision is Vince McMahon. If you want me to pirate Modern Who Cares 3, give me a hell yeah. And then there are these weird people that are calling others poor in my comment section because they won't, I should say. They won't spend $70 on this tripe. I've seen a ton of people saying like, "What are you guys too poor to afford $70?" Like, well, you gotta up that bread, man. And I'm thinking, the people making these comments, not only are they stupid, but I guarantee you they are still struggling to pay off their like 7-year loaned out 20% interest rate 10-year-old Toyota Camry, which has the permanent stench of Sonic Drive-In just ingrained in the seats. Not to mention the, off-putting blood and protein stains in the trunk liner. But anyway, I don't think it's that at all. I think some people just know that this game's not worth it. Why bother parting with the $70 when they don't have to? You can use that $70 to buy, like, I don't know, a lot of other things. You could buy 2 games on sale, 2 good games, complete games on sale that may last you more than a few weeks to a month, but I digress. Guys, every year I come out with a video, not every year, but most years lately, I've come out with a video saying, hey, this new Call of Duty, looking pretty awful. Here's the evidence I have to support my theory on why it's going to be awful. And I'm pretty convincing. I got a silver tongue. I'm even quite good looking as well to back it all up. And yet people still don't really listen to me. At least not immediately. 6 months later, they'll come back and say, I should have listened. Not only though, are the comments berating me at the time. Like, there's a lot of comments berating me saying, like, well, the game hasn't even come out yet. You give it a chance. I'm going to show you some of those from previous years, which is going to be fun. But I'm also going to show you some new evidence on why Modern Who Cares 3 is going to be awful after a brief word from this video's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Private Internet Access. VPNs, if you don't have one in 2023, what are you actually doing? There are so many things that can happen that can be a security risk for you, especially as a gamer. And this is stuff that's happened to me personally. I've actually gotten my IP address logged on certain online games, and with security issues in Call of Duty lately that I've covered on the channel, you can never be too safe. Guys, a VPN will help you bypass ISP throttling. It'll help you avoid DDoS attacks and other cyber harassment. It'll lower your ping times and give you faster download and upload speeds. You can overcome IP address bans, which I've seen happen a lot on Warzone, most of the time unjustly. Private Internet Access also lets you access geo-restricted games and platforms that may be blocked in your country. And again, finding servers in other countries, especially on Call of Duty, or just a server in a different region on Call of Duty, can help your ping enormously, especially with the very oppressive skill-based matchmaking systems that sometimes dump me, a North Carolinian, into a California server, for example, and the ping is just ridiculous. When I do go back and play like Cold War or something, Private Internet Access has solved all of those issues for me personally. So guys, visit piavpn.com/blametruth. The link will be in the pinned comment below and the video description below. Check them out, get yourself a VPN, and be safe online. You can never be too careful. I'm telling you, man, I've been DDoSed before in online games. My IP address has been compromised. It's not fun. Protect yourself ASAP with Private Internet Access. Alright guys, welcome back to the video. So as promised, I have some more evidence against Modern Who Cares 3, as if you needed more. The evidence is just right there with what they're trying to sell you, quote unquote sell you. They're selling you rehashed content, and they're still gonna somehow mess that up. I have two things I want to show you. The first thing is, I warned about this. I warned about this in a previous video of mine. I cannot remember which one exactly, but I did talk about this, and I'm sure some of you guys can verify for me. I try not to watch my own videos too much, you know, I don't want to be that guy. So hopefully one of you guys can verify which video I said this in, but I said, don't get too excited about these old Modern Warfare 2 maps. Me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of MW2OG maps. There's some really good ones. There's some not so good ones. There's some stinkers, if I'm being honest. So 16 of those, I mean, I don't agree with that. I think you should take like 8 of the best ones and then leave the other 8 to rot. We don't really need to play Wasteland or Derail or things like that, Karachi. I'm sure there's people out there that like 3 of those 3 maps or whatever. That's fine. I could do without ever playing Underpass again as well. I think you should take the best 8 MW2 maps and the best 8 MW3 maps, go from there. But regardless, they're bringing back all 16 MW2OG maps. And I said, even if you're a fan of these maps, do not get excited, because they are going to find a way to mess them up. This simple copy and paste job, they can't even do that properly. Infinity Ward has shown that they cannot do that properly constantly. Treyarch pretty much leaves their rehashed maps the same for the most part. I recall WMD coming to Black Ops 4. Was that in Cold War as well? I've kind of lost count. Raid as well. Like, they don't really mess with what worked, because there's still a few people at Treyarch that don't have room temperature IQs. And I'm talking Fahrenheit, but we can go Celsius if we're talking about sledgehammer my balls here for this year. I really think you guys fail to remember just how bad Vanguard was. And I'm not talking just from a strict gameplay standpoint. I'm talking from the fact that, like, it was clear from the moment I picked up that turd that these guys aren't talented at their job. They're just not. Literally nothing in the game worked properly, like, ever as a cohesive unit. It was the buggiest Call of Duty, the glitchiest Call of Duty still to this day, and they've had less time to work on this new one. Take that in. Just really take that in for a second, all right? I'm not talking like bugs like, oh, this texture didn't pop in. I'm talking like packet burst. I'm talking matchmaking, party matchmaking not working. I'm talking aim assist being broken for months. I'm talking a counter spy plane blocking V2 rockets. Who's flying that plane, man? Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal, and Jean-Claude Van Damme? Like, the entire cast of the Expendables? Why is that counter spy plane so goddamn good? Why? Took them like 6 months to address that, along with the vape store smoke effect that completely broke shipment when they added in that incendiary grenade. Lower your expectations. Bury your expectations. Dig a hole in the yard and put those expectations in the ground. If they somehow manage to rise up like a zombie, consider shooting them in the head when they do come up. Because God, guys, please don't get hyped for this game. Now, let me get back on track here. I apologize. Infinity Ward has shown that they will ruin a map like nobody's business. They'll take an old map, add doors to it, add some safe spaces, add some secret like Konami code where you can enter it in and get some Joe Secot naked door pictures or whatever in 4K downloaded to your phone, airdropped or whatever. They'll do that and they'll mess up everything. Look at Crash, for example. Look at Shipment in Modern Warfare 2019. I mean, they will mess up things that just are perfect. Literally perfect. Don't touch them. Don't mess them up. They'll find a way to mess it up. Sledgehammer, it looks like they are following that trend. Guys, these 16 maps they're bringing back, they are not going to play like the MW2 OG maps because they are going to change them. Now, this was in a blog post. They pretty much said straight up they're updating it for modern gameplay, which just means pretty much they're catering it to noobs and destroying the actual balance of the map. But that was just like, that could be taken a few ways, I guess. That could be taken like, oh, well, they're just updating the graphics or something. Oh, they're updating the weather on the map or the lighting. That's fine. You can do that. That's fine. Gears of War did that with Gridlock, for example, quite a bit, and Bullet Marsh and other, maps they brought back. Updating them and updating like the weather and the feel of the map, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm not cool with this, though. Modern Warfare 2 OG says, rumor has it, there's a massive sliding window covering this spot now from Favela. Favela is a beloved MW2 OG map. I even think it's quite good. I'd put it in the quite good camp for Call of Duty maps as far as Modern Warfare 2 goes. I think it's a good map. They're going to change the maps, guys. They're going to change these 16 maps you know and love, and they're going to be trash. I'm sorry, but they are. Maybe a few will be updated for the better because there are a few maps that are pretty bad. Like Derail and Wasteland and Underpass and stuff like that. I really don't like Karachi either. I'm sorry. I'm not a huge sub-base fan either. But I digress. They're going to change probably every single map a little bit. Just to say, like, look, we did something. We're not lazy. We're not just rehashing 15-year-old content at this point. No, like we're adding doors. We're adding safe spaces. We're adding more sight lines. You can get shot by Billy Goat 57, Helen Keller 69 420, and Timmy No Thumbs, the party of buffoons. Yeah, they're going to change the maps, and you're going to have a bad time, and you're going to complain, and nothing will be changed all year. They're going to change the maps, and it's going to be bad on top of everything else. This might be the worst Call of Duty yet, and that's saying something. With the last two we've gotten, I don't know how it's possible, but they'll find a way. They'll find a way. But wait, there's more. And this is not even Sledgehammer's fault, really. This is Activision's fault. This is going to... If you spend money on this game, if you spend money on Call of Duty and you buy skins and stuff like that, just know... This is going to mess up everything. Like, there's already a ton of people getting falsely banned. Either the game thinks they're cheating, they get spam reported, or they say, like, my favorite Winnie the Pooh character is Tigger, and then somebody hears something else that rhymes with that, and then they, report him for racism or something, and their game chat gets muted. Look at this. Modern Warzone says Call of Duty has announced that they are adding AI-powered voice chat moderation in order to combat in-game toxicity. Yeah, I read up on it some more. The game, an AI robot will essentially ban you. You'll get banned. You'll get banned if you're too toxic over game chat. Listen, man. I'm not one of those people that goes into game chat and talks trash. Some people are. Some people think it's fun. Some people like the trash talk. It kind of takes us back to our roots as cavemen, ooga-boogieing around and bashing each other over the head with boar femurs or whatever, like that opening 2001: A Space Odyssey scene with the apes. Some people like it. I've never really been a fan of it. I'm more of a, let me just sit in my party. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear you playing Nelly over your mic. I do like Country Grammar. It's a classic 90s album. I don't want to hear Country Grammar in the year 2023. Yeah, I just don't. I don't want to hear some Cuban mom vacuuming in the background, while their 5-year-old plays the game that they shouldn't be playing because it's rated M for mature. I don't want to hear somebody breathing into their mic heavily because they're a 400-pound man that can barely walk. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. So I mostly mute it. And you know what? Mute your mic! Turn off game chat! Mute someone! I know, it's a foreign concept, especially considering muting people was like broken for 2 months in Modern Warfare 2, 2022, Roman numeral 2. I get that. I get it. But literally just turn game chat off. Mute your mic. Start a party and just sitting there alone. That's how you combat in-game toxicity. Why does Rob the Robot get a say on whether I get banned or not? I guarantee you someone will get banned for this having never even used like game chat, having never even used it. I guarantee you Rob the Robot's gonna be listening in on some guy talking to his buddy in like a Call of Duty lobby about how like he scored last night or something. Like some AI is gonna hear that. Some AI is gonna hear you talking about your personal relationships to your buddy on Call of Duty. And going back to 2001: A Space Odyssey, they're going to be saying, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't have opened the pod bay doors to this girl. Dave, like, I'm afraid I can't help you. You're banned. This is going to be an absolute disaster. If it wasn't evident enough from them nickel and diming you all year long, to them not listening to you all year long, to them releasing 2 of the worst games I personally have ever played in my life, 2 years running, 2 years in a row. If that isn't evidence enough, I hope this solidifies the fact that this next game is going to be dog water. It is going to be horrendous. Straight up. There's no saving it. There's absolutely no saving it. And there's no arguing that this is going to help. I mean, look, they're selling intervention audio bundles, probably for like $15. They're selling 15-year-old sound effects for a crappy gun that's going to be obsolete. Well, I guess not because it's carrying over to Modern Warfare 3, but do you honestly think your audio pack's going to carry over? I wouldn't count on it. This is going to be akin to when they integrated a bunch of games like Vanguard and Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019 into the new Warzone update. I think it was like the Pacific update or something, when Vanguard was new and they broke all 3 Call of Duty games. It's going to be akin to that. They're going to find some way to break like every single game because they don't test anything they release. They never do, and you know that's true. So last but not least, I think I mentioned this earlier, but I went back through to my big warning videos. I always make like this big warning video as it pertains to the newest Call of Duty. If I think it's going to be bad, before it comes out, I say, hey, don't buy this game. It's going to be bad. Check out this comment. Master Crimson 2 years ago says, oh, dude, can you just shut the F up? COD Vanguard hasn't even released yet. At this point, you're just hating a game that doesn't even exist yet. Lalter, a year after that comment roughly, says, LOL, because the game was horrible, just like I said. And then this guy says, well, this aged well. Yeah, it did, Master. I hope you learned something, but you probably didn't. You're probably waiting to buy Modern Who Cares 3. You're probably chomping at the bit. Here's another one. I went to my Modern Warfare Roman numeral 2, don't buy it, it's gonna suck before it releases video. And look at these comments. He was right. This aged well. He was right. This aged well. Nailed it. Should have listened when I had the chance. Do you guys think I'm up here just listening to the sound of my own voice or something? I understand that I can be mean, and I'm only going to get meaner because it's clear as day I haven't been mean enough. Life has kind of taught me that if I were just meaner in a lot of situations as it pertains to other people, I would have came out a lot better. I hate to be like negative Nancy there, but it's true. It's damn true. If anything, I've not been mean enough over the past several years. I think it's time to get really mean as it pertains to Modern Who Cares 3 coming out. But guys, I'm out of time. This has been your warning. You can take it, you can leave it. I really don't care, but I'm on your side. I really am trying to help you, but it's up to you to apply the knowledge I've gifted you. I'll catch you on the next one. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram in the pinned comment below. That's the only social I have anymore. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.
parting advice?